However, if you're not ready to talk to people in English yet, there is a way of improving your speaking fluency on your own. Hey, my fellow English learner! If you haven't watched part 1, you'll find the link in the description down below. Let's just continue. Last time I mentioned articles quite a few times. Actually, when I talk about grammar, I use articles as an example all the time because I've struggled so much to figure out how to use them correctly. They, along with subject-verb agreement and prepositions, are my biggest grammar weaknesses. So my tip number 7 for you is identify your weaknesses in English. You want to know what to focus on because you don't get unlimited time and energy to work on your English. And if you continue studying the same areas that are easy for you because they're so comfortable and familiar, you'll never get anywhere. I used to struggle with speaking so much because I thought I could just replace speaking practice with reading and listening to a ton of content in English and be fine. However, the magic didn't happen. I noticed a dramatic improvement in my speaking skill when I stepped outside of my comfort zone and started creating opportunities for myself to use English. Know your weaknesses so we can turn them into strengths. And speaking of speaking, tip number 8, join a speaking club. I believe that it's crucial to learn to speak in a safe and supportive environment where you're allowed to make mistakes and express your opinions and views without being judged. That's why I find speaking clubs perfect for developing your speaking fluency. And there are plenty of them on the internet. Here's one that I know is really good and that I personally used in the past on the About English website. However, if you're not ready to talk to people in English yet, there is a way of improving your speaking fluency on your own. So tip number 9 is record yourself speaking and listen back. If you want to improve your speaking fluency, pick up a topic and record yourself speaking on this topic for a few minutes on your phone or camera. And then listen back to the recording. Focus on a few things you want to improve later on and choose like 1 or 2 of them. Maybe you want to work on your R or you want to improve your sentence structure. So next time, do it again, like the next day. Listening to your voice will be awkward for a while, but you'll totally get used to it. I did. Tip number 10. Try out the 4/3/2 speaking activity, which is a really fun way to improve your speaking fluency, created by a linguist and professor Paul Nation. I found it in his book, What Should Every ESL Teacher Know? And I really liked it. Choose a topic or question which can be as simple, my favorite TV show, or more complicated, what can be done about the climate change? Take a minute or so to think about your answer and then set a timer for 4 minutes and start speaking. Speak spontaneously answering this question. When the time's up, set your timer again, but this time for 3 minutes, and speak about the exact same topic. After that, you have the final round of speaking, but now you have only 2 minutes. The idea is that by having a time limit, you're forced to speak with more fluency and coherence each time. You can do this activity with a partner or alone by recording yourself speaking. Tip number 11. Analyze and imitate movies and TV show scripts and YouTube videos. It's another very useful activity that will have a positive effect on your speaking fluency, by improving your pronunciation and intonation. Take a small portion of the video, like a minute or so, type or write down the transcript and listen to the same part of the video again and again, analyzing sounds, stress patterns, linking, any contractions, and then repeat the monologue or the dialogue yourself. You can also record saying it line by line and then listen back and compare the way you sound with the original recording. Tip number 12. Listen to podcasts while you're doing something. Not only podcasts, but also TV shows you already watched, maybe audiobooks and long video essays on YouTube. And by something, I mean anything that doesn't require any significant mental effort from you, like washing the dishes or walking. I had all 10 seasons of Friends on repeat for a few years, and one podcast is ESL-POD that I listened to a lot. My listening skills improved drastically during this period, and I still use lots of words and expressions from both Friends and ESL-POD in my real life. Tip number 13. Use tools. There's so many of them online. All you need to do is just look for them. Or you can watch this channel where it tests some of the tools I come across. For example, Youglish is great for helping you with improving pronunciation, listening skills, and finding words that interest you in different contexts. Phrase It is something I use a lot to get help with articles, prepositions, collocations, and word order. And Anki is a program where you learn and review vocabulary in a really effective way. Tip number 14. Write comments on Reddit or Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or any other social media platform of your choice. Use English to express your opinions and beliefs and help other people with their things, and enjoy this opportunity to interact in English in a meaningful way. Personally, I prefer commenting on Reddit. It's one big platform divided into many tiny platforms, the so-called subreddits, on any topic imaginable. You can share your experience of learning English on the language learning and English learning subreddits, talk about books and reading on the books subreddit, or spend your time talking about your hobbies like I do on the sewing subreddit. Tip number 15. Start a journal. Writing down your ideas and thoughts is an excellent way of improving not only your writing skills, grammar, and vocabulary, but also your ability to express your ideas in a logical way. And it's an important first step to improving your speaking fluency. You can write by hand or type your journal entries. And if you want, you can even get feedback on your writing from native English speakers, like on the subreddit Right Streak English. You can learn more about it in this video. Do you have any more practical learning tips? I'd love to hear them in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time with more awesome language content.